This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
What's up, everybody? I hope that you're doing well on this Sunday night. It's almost 10 o'clock Central, so hopefully you guys have had a good day and a relaxing day. A whole lot more relaxing than me. We're going to start out hot here. I was trying to win Husband of the Year award in one weekend. That is truly was my outcome for this weekend. My wife left on Thursday night to go see her brother graduate from nursing school. So she was gone Thursday, Friday, and came back late Saturday afternoon. In that time, I cleaned the entire house. I did some spring cleaning. I got down the spider webs. I mopped the entire house. I swept the entire house. I did all the dishes. I did all the clothes. I wiped every cabinet, every countertop, every utensil, every machine that she uses. I made the bed. I folded all the clothes. I scrubbed every toilet and tub and mopped every bathroom in this entire house. Then I went outside. I cut the entire yard. I weeded. I blew. I had it nice and prim and neat. And then when she got back, I washed her car. I washed my car. I should get some type of medal. I put in some serious work this week on top of making 19 videos on Saturday morning, which is just crazy. I got to edit all 19, but 19 videos were made. So I'm tired. I actually thought about not doing the show and going to bed, but I was like, nah, I'm going to hang out with the guys and talk OMFL, talk Madden 22 and what we want to see, what we could see, what we might see. Who knows? None of us know. We can all guess and assume. And I know like Eric, who's probably the number one Madden news guy out there, is making a lot of assumptions in his videos. And they're like educated assumptions. But I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts tonight on what you think, man. What would you like to see? And what do you think you're going to see? So it's only three of us, but let's hop over there and look at some of the OMFL. I'm not gonna lie, when I seen this screen tonight, knowing what we were gonna talk about, knowing what the conversation was gonna be like, this screen was a little triggering to me. This is the laziest that you possibly could be in creating a Madden franchise. Like literally, these are photos that were just copied and cut and pasted into this video game with some very generic. Like, why would Mark Schlereth say anyone else watching the football team beat the Steelers? Like, that is the dumbest tweet in the entire world. What are we doing, man? We got to be better than this. We got to be better than this type of energy and effort. I expect to see better. So I get why Fix Madden franchise was such a hashtag. Even though we can have that conversation tonight, I think some people were way overreacting. But let's get to it. You guys might have missed my Husband of the Year rant. I put in some serious work this year. Listen to me. This weekend. That's how tired I am. That's how dehydrated I am. That's how energy deficient I am. Is that my brain is not working. I put in some serious work. But Wim, I hope that you had a great birthday. Did you get to do anything cool? Did you do some stream? I know that you talked about doing some streaming. I don't even know what to talk about tonight. I'm going to look at the kind of standings about where we are, but I don't know who's playing and not playing. Like, literally, it feels like a third of the league is playing. A third of the league isn't even around. So, let's just jump right into it. Number one, this is kind of the news. There's nothing here. Literally, there's nothing here to get excited about outside of the freaking Cowboys jamming it up the Saints' rectum. But there's just nothing on the news. I thought that could be an interesting way to start. There's nothing there, so let's just go look at some standings. I don't know why, but all of a sudden, as I hit the camera, everything else is working tonight, Win. Literally, everything's working the way it's supposed to, except for my sinuses. That was not good. I hope they have more ugly photos of that guy. I couldn't even compete with you. It was so disheartening. Disheartening is what I was trying to say. It was just so disheartening that I couldn't even compete with you, Wayne. But anyway, Cardinals 8-2, Seahawks 5-5, Rams 3-7, 49ers at 2-8. It really feels like just about every team here has completely given up. No, I get a haircut. I don't like it though. And see, this is like no, there's no delay at all. I fixed it. I actually remembered to do it. What was I saying? Oh, Yeah, I got a haircut, but I didn't like how my guy did it this time. So, yeah, it kind of is what it is. Why does it look way different? Live feed. 7-0 Lions lead in the first, but it's a CPU game, isn't it? Maniac, you make up words all the time. You know you do. I don't know what's going to happen here. Cardinals are going to win it. Nobody else here, I think, is even trying. Cowboys at 10-0. The football team at 6-5. Eagles at 3-7. Giants at 2-8. Mo has just completely disappeared. I don't think he's even trying right now. Oh, I was confused for a second. I was like, wait a second. What's he talking about? And now it hit me. Rob is halfway trying, I guess. And, poor Eagles. Yeah, he does the best he can, right? This is a tough division to be in, but when the Giants don't try, I guess it makes it a little bit easier. Panthers at 7-3, Falcons at 7-3. Those are the two teams really trying. I'm trying. Listen to me. This is how pathetic this season is. I'm trying, and I'm 2-8. What has happened to my team? I literally thought that a section. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm so tired. I really was like, you should not turn this camera on. You're that tired. But I was thinking about having a part of our broadcast tonight be fix the Saints. I want you to fix my Saints team because I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I've done wrong. Defenses went to the pod. Offenses went to the pod. I can't do anything against anybody, and I can't figure it out. I literally do not know what I'm doing wrong. Buccaneers at 2-8. I haven't even heard Big Hurt's name in 2 seasons, so I don't even know if Big Hurt is around. So that'll be a nice battle between the Falcons and Panthers. Lions, they're playing right now at 9-1. Vikings at 6-4. That's who I play this week. Always a fun game. I hope that I can compete with him. Bears at 5-5. Started out really, really hot. They've kind of come back to the pack. I wish one of us. I wish I could go back to competitive. Packers at 3-7. Does Priest ever try? I'm just kidding. Priest tries. I just don't know if he ever tries. Oh, look, Maniac's message got deleted. So I don't know if he deleted it or if my bot was like, no, punch. Anyway. Chiefs at 9-1, Chargers at 7-3, Broncos at 3-7, Raiders at 2-8. Broncos and Raiders, the two biggest teases that we've ever had in this complete league because sometimes they're red hot and sometimes they're stone cold, and you just never know what you're going to get. Chargers, though, he's trying. He's got a great quarterback. The question is going to be, can that defense keep up? 7-3, but I think everybody's playing for second place in the AFC with the Chiefs just being completely dominant. Not even trying. Like, he too has turned it off, and he's still probably going to win. Patriots at 6-4, Jets at 5-5, Dolphins at 4-6, Bills at 2-8. That's not sexy to be on audio. I apologize. I don't feel good. I'm tired, and at this point, I don't even care. Patriots at 6-4, I think, have the best opportunity to win this division. There's a little heat, though, between the Jets and the Dolphins. I'm just going to go. I'm not putting nobody on blast. I'm not trying to bring some bad energy to the podcast tonight, but I will say that we all have to communicate really well with each other. We're humans. It's easy to assume the intentions of the other person without any real facts, and that's not even coming out the way I want, but it's just easy to assume when you don't communicate really well. And there's a little mix-up in this game. This is true, one of us. There's a little mix-up in this game. Jets were out of town. Dolphins, we're going to play the CPU. He's sick. He's recovering from a surgery. He ended up having to go to the emergency room. Gave the Jets the CPU. CPU didn't play it. And then ended up playing last second, 4 hours early when the Dolphins could have played, but the Dolphins didn't tell him he could have played. Yes, Wim. You make an ass out of you and me. I knew it. I was like, I'm going to choke myself. I knew it. I knew I was going to choke myself. I apologize. Now I'm going to get the hiccups from choking myself. This is pathetic. This is a pathetic show, but it is what it is. We're going to have fun within it. Anyway, both guys the Jets ended up playing the CPU. Dolphins have some beef about it. He has some real beef. I don't blame him, but it goes to point. Communicate, 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 communicate. That is how, as adults, we handle situations. Bat don't die on camera. I don't know what that means. Anyway, and Jets, Tim, my buddy, my pal, I love you. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot, and I'm so glad that you've reconnected with us and allowed us to be there for you and walk through this with you. And life is much better now. Life is going much better for you. No? Why? Is this my Batman voice? I don't know what that means either. That's how tired I am. I don't blame you on that, Pepper. Playing the CPU is the worst experience in the world. I probably won't do it anymore either. What was I trying to say? Oh, yes. Tim. And anyone else. This is kind of a message. I've said this before. I want to put this message out there again. To everyone in the league. You should not put in chat or in a DM to me the reasons you are checked out and not playing. I am glad that you are in a better place in life and things are going great. Like, I really, really am. But guys, if you don't have time for this league, be a man and quit. Outside of that, don't be putting in chat that you got 3 testicles now and you're busy playing with the new one and you don't have time to play, or that you got 7 new jobs and you just work all the time, or you woke up in a coma and you don't even remember that you play in this league. Like, I don't care what the excuses are. Outside of, I'm leaving on vacation to go to play with my family and go away for a couple days. I'll be back. Outside of that, either quit or play your games. It's that easy. Play your stupid games. You signed up for this league. I don't care if you don't like Madden. I don't care if you don't like PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. If you don't like that the moon is white tonight. I don't care. Play your games. You signed up. Or get out of the way. That's just how it's going to work. That's how it should work. We're adults, man. It's pretty easy. So anyway, ran over. AFC South, Titans at 7-3, Jaguars at 6-4. I miss Brady's OMFL news. I will give the same offer to what I gave for Brady. Automatic gold for those of you who make OMFL news all the time. So if you want to help me make some OMFL news, it took him, I don't know how long it took him, but he put together less than 12 minutes of audio that I would cut up and do all the editing. You literally just need a microphone and a way to edit, or a way to record it and send it to me. Colts at 5-5. I don't know what happened to Bill, and then poor Raj at 2-8. I don't know what happened to either one of these two teams. It's good to see the Jaguars playing. This is a fun division, and it's sad that people are so unplugged that they're missing a really good race there. Browns at 7-3, Steelers at 6-5, Ravens at 6-4, Bengals at 4-6. No one's out of it here. Another really good race as we come to the end, and it could be a really fun one to see who wins this one. And I think that wraps it up. So, what was Bill hot about? What's IRC? I'm so not caught up with text lingo. I recall or something? I don't remember. Oh. I thought you meant Bill. Bill's such an angry guy. When you say Bill's hot, I just assume he was mad about something. Bill's always mad about something. Yeah, there you go, Pepper. Pepper, I don't know if you're one to say anything about somebody being hot all the time. If I recall correctly, it was the extra C. That's what got me. I need to catch up on my lingo. That's it. I don't even know what to talk about anymore. I don't want to look at stats. I think stats are so bloated in this last season. Why look at games? I don't even know what games are actually going to be played. There's just so much. There's just so much I don't know what to talk about. So let's talk about Madden 22. I'm not going to put it. I'm going to leave it just like this. Let's talk about Madden 22. What do you want to see? Rant about my team. Let's talk Madden 22, and then we can look at the fix the Saints. Madden 22, man. There's a lot of rumors out there. Where's it at? Where's it at? Trey's it on your Twitch? We could try. I don't know if this is what I want to do though. I think I would have to try something else. Let me try something. Let me see if I can find Trey real quick. Tell me what y'all want to see in chat. Madden 22. There's a lot of rumors from Eric. He thinks it's quite possible that Face of the Franchise is going to go away. We're going to see a new mode kind of take its place on that old mode where you can pick any position that you could play. He thinks that maybe there might be a combine that's re-added to the game. I think we're going to see like version 2.0 of the yard. We know that we're getting coaches, which I will rant about because I think that it's such a waste, and that is not engagement. That is not depth to a franchise. Maybe for guys who play offline, but we're a CFM and we're going to give away CFM news. That's really going to be my focus for our news channel. We haven't had news in a week, mainly because I'm super busy. I'm by myself. Pooty helps me a lot. Raj helps me a ton by finding me articles and stuff. But I'm going to really concentrate on CFM news and news about Madden that affects CFM, and Battlefield news. Battlefield, was it 6? And then PUBG news. And then once 2K starts to roll out with some news, I could do some like assumption videos that I know are out there, but those guys have much larger followings than we do, and I just don't think that those would really hit with the audience that we have. And I don't think it's a great video to build an audience to. It's kind of good content that you do when you building an audience. All right, what's Trey? Pepper, we're gonna talk about that. Somebody tell me Trey's Twitch. All right, I'm gonna log in. What is it? It's Is this it? Oh, come on. Hold on, guys. Now I gotta sit here and wait for this stupid token. Ugh, my Pelicans are getting killed. Of course, nobody's playing either. I don't think y'all can see that. I don't think you can do anything with it anyway. Alright. Is that going to let me log in? There we go. Alright, I should have Trey on here. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy this. Alright, because I actually don't want it here. Because it's going to be sketchy. Anything can happen. Anything. What do we want to do? I want to do browser. Ugh, my kid just freaking burped everywhere. Gross. Alright, this is going to go real big for a second, but just give me a second. Look at that. Alright, let's see if we can interact. We're going to fix it here, guys. Right, we're going to close that. We're going to go full screen. What? Look at Nate getting things and figure it out. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm going to make it. Anybody watch wrestling tonight? Nope, that's not what I want. This is what I want. Nope, that's not what I want. Now. Oh, now I'm delayed. God dang it. Give me a second. Wait, I didn't know you watched. That's awesome. Now we got something more to talk about. All right. Now we should be synced back up. We can sit here and watch it. It's kind of small, but at least it's something there. All right, let's go back up here and see what you guys were saying. We can talk even some WWE if we want to. Let me go here because I can't really see that over there. Let's talk about Peppers. Let's talk about coaches first. Here's my rant. I can't see y'all's new update, so let me come back down. I didn't watch the Miz Priest match. I was still watching Cars when that happened, but I seen it on Twitter, and it's like, look, it's wrestling. You never know what's gonna happen. AEW is still my favorite show. I'm all in on AEW. They're coming here in January of 22. We got tickets already. It would be fun. Anyway, let's talk about coaches. I get it. I get that this feels like engagement for some people. I get that it feels like depth because it's real. But here's why I hate it. Number one, there's no depth. Once you hire your coaches, they're pretty much hired. Once every couple of seasons, you may have to worry about something. But if you're just playing 6 seasons max, 5 to 6 seasons for us, it's not enough movement there to really worry about. And then number two, I've got to freaking police this. Now I got to figure out like who gets choice, and it can't be first come first serve. And how do I make sure the lower teams, this isn't another thing in the way to keep them lower and keep the top teams higher? Like, how do I police this? So it's another thing for commissioner police. It's another thing for those guys in this league who find ways to bend the league to work to their best. I'm not saying they're rule breakers, but they know how to get the most out of what the rules allow them to. This becomes another thing for them to use to their advantage. This becomes another thing for those owners in this league that don't put it forth a ton of effort, right? I don't want to call out names, but we have a bottom portion of this league that it isn't because they're not good players or they're not good play callers. They're at the bottom half of this league because they put this much effort. Right? No effort at all. Also, I just want to pause again and say how proud I am that right there doesn't have any lag. It's got no lag. It's not skippy. I figured it out. So for the OMFL Bowl this year, it will not be skippy and laggy and all that other crap. I figured out how to make it happen. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I do have to figure out how to get audio because I don't think this has audio. Let's see what happens. Wait, how do we get over there? Can I interact again? Where'd it go? Oh well, we'll have to mess with it later. I thought I had it to where it's not letting me now. I guess it's too small. Anyway, OBS, yes. I see a bunch of layers with coaches. It does not excite me. It does not interest me, and it's going to be a massive, massive pain in my butt. Is it back up? Oh. Okay, here's what happens. I'll tell you. I'm going to catch it back up. So, it should be synced back up now. Oh, no. Okay. I don't have a massive computer. I don't have a PC. I don't have all these bells and whistles. I have a massive laptop, and I spent a bunch of money on this because I use it professionally. I use it for a lot of stuff. What happens when I add things like that video in the middle of doing a stream, it slowed my computer down, and so my audio got out of sync. So I set it to where it be synced, and then my computer caught up, and it went back out of sync because I have it synced into delayed. So now it's back. So we should be good now because my computer's caught up. But anyway, coaches don't interest me. Doesn't Pepper, your suggestion is the number one thing that I would beg for. Like if I could only have one thing added, it would be the thing that I would add. It's the thing that we had in the PC leagues, and most people would argue with me to the end of the day, but I think it would add so much engagement. You could do tournaments between leagues. You could practice with your team. That gives me more times for guys to go and play with their team and practice with their team. You would get more games. You'd get more content. You would get so much more engagement if guys could export their rosters, play a non-ranked online game on the side. I didn't play PS2 days, but in the PC days, right? We had, I don't know, you know that. It's the thing that I miss the most, and so I think it would add so much engagement to the game, and I also equally don't think we will ever get it for a variety of probably reasons. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's a legal thing with the NFL. Maybe the NFL doesn't give a flippy flip. But I think it is single-handedly the thing that would add all the engagement in the world to any type of league. All right, let's see what else that you guys said. I'm more zoomed in now. I don't know what that means. Sorry, I'm just catching up on all these. When I'd love to hear more how you think it could be beneficial. I don't see any benefit at all. I just see it becoming more problems for a commissioner with 32-man CFM to run. I can see where it's super engaging offline, and maybe it gives me more reason to play the game more offline. But in an online CFM, I don't see it at all. Yeah, please go check out Ross's draft content. It's really, really good stuff. Scouting. Now, there's something we can talk about when scouting. It would be amazing to have much better scouting. I used to like the old system where it would give you everyone. You know, I mean, not every. It would give you a player like every attribute, and you could decide how much money to spend on it. And you could, you know, like you just get a grade, and then you go from a grade to like a roundabout number, depending on how much money you spent. And it was such a good system, and I miss it. And I wish it would come back. I just think it's way too easy nowadays, and there's nothing to it. Press a bunch of buttons, and you're done. Yeah, totally, Pepper. It adds a lot of stuff to a league. Yes, Maniac, I would love to do the I think we are, if you guys can help. I'm going to do it regardless, but if you guys want to add in the videos, it'll add in another layer. I just don't have time to do those. But yes, we're gonna do an import reveal night. So like a draft night, we'll do an import reveal night, and we'll go through all 32. That would be kind of cool, Maniac. That's a neat engagement thing that I think would be really, really neat. I don't know how you would pull that off, but I think it's a super cool idea. Like maybe, you know, you can do the highlights at the end and select plays. Maybe you could select 5 of them and upload them to the CFM, and it puts them in like a news section. That's one of the neater creative ideas I haven't heard before. Put that one in your pocket, Maniac. That one's really, really good. Be nice if CFM did contracts right with the backloading, front loading, restructuring a lot. I hear you. I think that's an interesting concept. I could kind of go both ways on that. But again, I view things from a commissioner, 32-man CFM league. I see nothing but headaches about it's another thing I have to police, and I don't think it creates engagement for the upper echelon of guys. You win, right? When you're in a league, you're plugged in. You're looking for more in-depth things to help you create content, to help you give you something to talk about. I'm looking for things for the bottom half of my league. What are the simple ads that we could get that would engage the bottom half of my league. The guys who basically like draft, maybe, maybe sign a couple free agents, make sure they have their bare minimum, schedule their game, play their game. They do nothing else. They don't do any content. They don't do any scouting, right? They don't really like put forth any type of energy or effort. I'm looking for things that, they engage those guys. I think it's a neat idea, but I'd have to be talked around. What do you mean, Dakota, about randomness in the draft? I do wish there were sleepers. Funny whim. I'd love to hear you, Dakota, tell us more about that. Blind bids and free agency would be awesome. I think that would be amazing. Go make your bids, put them in, don't see anything, and then we'll decide after we hit advance. I completely agree. Some type of blind bidding system. Colin, I think we have a really good incentive plan. Like, it's easy. Create a couple pieces of content. If you have a Twitter, tweet a few things, like a few videos. Like, if you're engaged in bottom half, it's easy to get gold in this league. But I'm always open to improvements. And so Pooty was doing something that we do not, that could be better. I'm totally open to learning what that was and how we could do something better. What do you mean by set minimums for engagement? What do you mean? Like, what are we talking about? What do we mean win? I'm a little lost. What's up, Brady? We were talking about you, buddy. We missed the OMFL news. Oh, we do that. When? Hold on, I'm going to bring in... actually, I got to come back over here. Let me copy it. We're going to come back over here. We're going to go full screen to watch this game. Oop, that's not what I want to do. All right, we can... oop. Covered me up. It's probably the best thing I've done all night long. There we go. It's going to be off, but I'm okay with it. We do that when we have an incentive plan that does all that stuff and offers all those things. And so, but I'm open to how we could do it better. Yeah, I hear you. Here's the trade-off there. At the end of the day, will I ever find 32 guys who are super engaged? Probably not. So, is it worth keeping consistency? Guys I know who will schedule, who will play by the rules, who will play our game. Do I keep them in the league and not replace them just because they don't write content, right? And just keep rolling? Or do you stick to it? And do you try to sorry, I got thrown off here. Oh, I know why. Here, we'll do this. It's not even a bowl game. Never mind. It's not gonna come up right, but it's good enough for right now. Ooh, he almost got that. Well, we did add in the new tanking thing, Pepper. No one's used it, but it's there. People can call somebody out for tanking, throw it out there, see what people say, So let's keep talking Madden 22. Export roster, it would be awesome. I just don't think we'll ever get it. I think uploading highlight videos was an awesome idea from our guy, whose name I'm forgetting. Why am I forgetting? This is how tired I am, yo. Maniac. Jeez. Sorry, Maniac. Yeah, Ross, I think unfortunately I have to. Yeah, we have that one win. We have a really good incentive plan, but I'm not saying that Pooty didn't. Pooty's one of my closest friends here, and so maybe there's some missing pieces but we have that one there as well. I hear you, Brady, but I like the flexibility of making decisions, of maybe cutting a guy in free agency, going after some lower guys so you can go after one big free agent. Like, I like our rules. I just wish it was blind, right? I just wish you couldn't see what everybody else was doing. Dakota said, you can look at the attribute reward section and see your top guys. Yep, no, you're totally right. But I don't think that ever goes away. At the end of the day, it is easy to get the incentive program. Everything is very easy to achieve. We can't force engagement. And I also can't stop the top guys who are engaged. I like D-Money, okay? He probably has no interest in chatting with us. He's very dominant in the game, probably gets bored. But he puts out articles because he wants gold every year. He wants as much of that juice that he can get to continue to help his team. Nothing we do, like you can't, what we can't do is you can't squash the ceiling to raise the floor. It's not how it works. You'll squash the ceiling and the floor is going to fall even lower. And so at the end of the day, you get what you get. And it's worth, the consistency of guys who play by our rules, who are engaged, that kind of stuff at the bottom. No, you're right. Totally, Dakota. I think we've had an interesting idea around RFA every year. The problem is free agency, you don't have to manage cap. Look, the Chiefs haven't had to manage their cap all season. That's probably not a fair statement. He's probably was given one of the worst cap situations here. It's not really affected his team. If you're creative and you make the right moves, you're going to be just fine with very little energy and effort. And so when you start doing restricted free agents, it just helps the top tier teams. It doesn't help the bottom teams. What helps is pushing as many players to free agency, and then the bottom teams just have to go after them. Now you got to go put in the work. You got to clear the space. You got to do that stuff. So totally. Ross, we actually had a really great plan worked out for offensive linemen, and I just couldn't get board approval. It came up late in season 4, and so we couldn't do it for season 4. And tried to do it for season 5, and I just couldn't get much momentum. It was actually Trey's idea that I kind of ran with and tried to make it better. And I think we had a good idea. So if we don't get it for next Madden, which I don't know if we will or won't, then I think we'll have something. I do think, though, we're going to go abilities off. I was such a big fan of abilities. But every Madden, there's always those 2 or 3 or 4 that are so overpowered. And what we've seen in this league is guys learn what the overpowered ones, and that's all you've seen because you could adjust your X factors. And so, yeah, I just think we're going to go abilities off. Like, at the end of the day, what I want is fair play. I want when you load up Madden and you put in the effort and you're working on your gameplay and you built your team, that you feel like, even if you're matched up against somebody's better, that you have a chance, just like the real NFL. What makes the NFL the most popular sport in America is that every Sunday, anything can happen. Any team can win. Every team feels like they can win the Super Bowl right now in May. That's what I'm looking for here in the OMFL. And so, abilities off. Again, it's probably going to be a hot debate. I think comp mode is going to be the way to go unless things drastically change. Take out the randomness. Let players play their abilities. No abilities. Comp mode. I don't care. All pro, all man. I give a flip less. I don't care. Both play really good on comp, where all comp does is takes out the randomness. Just the random things that happen that shouldn't happen. It just takes that out. It does nothing else. It just makes players play to their real ratings. That's what we want. If you put in, like this year, again, you guys can correct me and tell me what I'm doing wrong because I'm clearly doing something wrong. I've got one of the top, I can't show because we got the Lions game. I have one of the top lines in this league. I have all men. My audio randomly just turned off. That's weird. Sorry guys. I don't know why that did that at all. I must have bumped something. That's what happens when you're a Cajun. You talk with your hands. You bump things. I don't know where y'all lost me, but I was saying that spreadsheet that you're talking about, Ross, was a really convoluted, difficult thing, and it was for all devs. It wasn't just off. It was everybody. Because there wasn't a really good system to lose devs, and that's what we were trying to get. And but now that they added in, it kind of did away with it. Colin, my O-line of the deuce, 4 guys, top 3 rated their position, doesn't make a huge difference. I know, it's stupid. And people would probably debate with me and argue and may have a solid debate, but I think it's because it's sim mode. When it was close, it was very close. They may have been on par. It was bad. It was a great system. We had to come up with it because there was no way to lose dev, and we'd have freaking 600 X Factor players in the league after 3 seasons. Thankfully, they added that in, but no, it was no bueno. It was not good. I want to show you guys something. I think I posted pictures in the OMFL. Any more Madden 22 wish lists? I want to hear some more ideas. It was the quarterback modifier that got everybody. It was pretty bad, though. It was every position had 3 layers of stats that they could hit. I can't talk tonight. Words are not coming out. 3 layers of stats that players could hit that would trigger different either up or down dev grades. And depending on where you started, you had to hit a certain block to keep, another block to get, and if you didn't hit the keep or get, then you lost. It was tough, man. Why, Brady? Why do you think suspensions are something that will add engagement? I do not want that. And the NFL will never do that. So I want to see what you guys thought about my sticker bombing and my PlayStation. I sticker bomb the center black piece. Came out cool. I like it. It's different. May not be for everybody. Maybe Pepper. I don't know. Look, it wouldn't surprise me if abilities go away. I don't think it will. Eric had a great point that things usually run like a 2-year cycle, 3-year cycle. They kind of put them in, cycle them out, and it just kind of gives them a back of the box feature. So it wouldn't totally surprise me if they go away, but I also think they just keep revamping them. Outside of, I want to make sure I'm right before I make this statement, but outside of abilities, there's not a whole lot of gimmicky things that happen. Look, it's animated based, so there's always going to be weird stuff. I don't know that we're ever going to get away from non-animated based games. I don't know if it's just the technology. I don't know what it is, but that's the direction that video games have gone, and I don't know that we'll have any more options. So, what do you think about the sticker bomb? And we'll give it about 10 more minutes. See if there's any more thoughts about Madden. Wow, we've been going for almost an hour. Holy cow. But any more thoughts about Madden 22? I'd love to see export feature. I love Maniac's idea. I actually think that's a great idea. May even tweet it out tonight and give Maniac credit. EA needs to see that. Oh, come on, Trey. You're up 21 with 5 minutes to go. Did you really have to run that back? Trey struggles with hitting the brakes. My boy he does not know how to hit the brakes. Thanks, Win. I like it. I bought a sticker bomb like a year ago, and I was going to sticker bomb my PlayStation 4. And then when the 5 came out and I got one, I was like, let me hold on to it and think about what I'm going to do. Then I was going to sticker bomb my Mac, and then I kind of talked myself out of that because it's a very expensive Mac. Even though I had a new idea. I don't know that I'll do it, but I thought about sticker bombing the keyboard section, not the keyboard itself, but around. Be kind of neat to open up a Chrome MacBook and see or brushed aluminum, whatever, and see the sticker bomb at the bottom. Oh, up 4? Nah, man, you got to know when a game's over. Come on, Trey. 21 with 5 minutes to go, and you just broke a big long run. You know it's over. Ooh, how did he miss that? Big long run there from Raj. Oh, I was about to say Raj got robbed. When it says Madden 22 to Madden 19 to Madden 21, just clean all that up. Just clean all of it up. That's what you get, Trey, for scoring that last touchdown. Jerk. I'm not really being serious. Anyway, I'm trying to think what else I would like to see. I want things that engage owners, that make owners like have that. So here's the thing that I miss, right? Back in the PC days, you're still going to win the game, Trey. You've been dominating the whole game. You couldn't fail, probably run it 6 more times, got the clock below 3 minutes, kicked a field goal. Anyway, in the PC days, right? 01, 02, 03? Maybe wrong about 03. 01, 02 for sure. You were your own server. So you actually didn't have, EA didn't have servers. So I literally had a very expensive computer. It'd be expensive today. I had an expensive computer that was the server. And as long as my computer was up and I had the server up, the server ran. If I took the server down, you guys could play, but they couldn't report their game back. So you connected IP, which was much more stable, and then somebody hosted the server. And then on that server, they had a chat. So you would log into the server. So I used to work nights back in the day. I get off at midnight, 1 o'clock. I get home, take a shower, and I'm wired, so I'm up for a couple hours. I'd log into the server, and there would always be somebody in there, and they'd be in the chat chatting. And so you could go and like look at your team, and then hit the chat box and stuff. And I know we have the same thing with Discord, which I'm super excited about, and we can talk about it real quick. But like that's the kind of engagement. Give me things that put people on the CFM, that put people on the game and give them an opportunity to chit chat and talk. I think exporting rosters does that. I think Maniac's idea does that, right? Gives me something to go watch, gives me something to go look at, gives me some content I can pull from. Coach and staff just doesn't do it. Just doesn't. I'm trying to think of some of the other ideas. The like the combine stuff, not a CFM thing. The draft scouting, that's some engagement, right? Now we've got a little bit more mystery. I would love to see players not always play up to their rankings, right? I know what the argument would be when about. No, I know that. Expert rosters was you. Maniac's idea was uploading highlight videos. So at the end of the game, you can go look at highlights, selecting 3 to 5 of those and uploading them to a central place on CFM, unless it was your idea as well. No, Pepper, me neither. Maybe when Madden first drops those first few days, just to get a thing. When that's it, potential ratings, right? To where you can get some sleepers late in the draft, where you could get some bust, right? Some guys that just aren't any good. I hesitate with that a little bit because if the Bills, if Outlaw has the number 1 pick and bust, never hear the end of that. Bloop cried for 6 months straight, 6 human months straight about the guy who's now in Detroit tearing up the league, having wobbly passes or whatever. Like, I could see where guys would just freaking whine and cry to have bust. Yeah, I think it's a great idea when that's engagement. I mean, that's engaging to the draft, makes the draft interesting. I think they've added like little pieces. They gave me the salt and pepper without the meat. Like, I'm very thankful for the salt and pepper. I'm thankful for the seasoning. But I need the meat. You give me some meat, man. What else? What else is out there? What used to be here that you'd like to see them bring back? I think playable Pro Bowls was like a step in the right direction. Give me crossplay. I'd love to see crossplay. You imagine having a league that's both Xbox and PlayStation? I mean, you just opened up the ownership to everyone, right? Just kind of the interleague things that you could do, the creative things that you could do could be awesome. I don't remember. I remember player roles. I remember it was awesome. I just don't I can't put my head back in that Madden to remember were they overpowered, were they not. I think those things are substitutes when ratings don't matter. I could be wrong. I'm not saying, that's just my perspective. Make ratings matter. If you make ratings matter, I don't need abilities. I don't need roles. I don't need any of those gimmicky, crappy things. Make ratings matter. Make them matter. I remember when that used to be back. Bring back the cone. The only cone that you're going to see in the OMFL is a dunce cone that I'll wear on my head. I remember that. Explain badges to me. I don't play 2K. I've heard of it, but I don't play 2K. I don't know a lot about it. But I remember when they used to require certain things. And I would like to see more engagement in free agency. Like, I want to go home. I want to play for my favorite team. Like they used to have in NCAA days, right? I want to play close to home. Like, that's important to them. And so a team that would do that. What do you mean, Dakota? No, Wayne. I say Dakota because it says Dakota, and I know that's your real name, but D-Wayne, what do you mean roster depth matter more? I think I agree with you, but I want to hear where you're going with that. Such a terrible game to be watching. All right, I'm sorry. We're turning that crap off. I don't play the new show because it's too expensive, but especially for no online, which is why I play most games. No, you're right, Pepper. I don't know why they can't get injuries, and it affects this Madden. It affected position groups, right? Offense and defensive line a lot. Dakota, you put true, but tell me what you mean. I only play Road to the Show. I only buy it because everybody promises there'll be a league, and that excites me. And I get a game, and I start doing a league, and and then the league dies in like a week, and then I just play Road to the Show. We talking about, Trey? I thought online leagues was this one off. I'm gonna give it a second though. I think it's gonna come back. All right, I'll fix it, but I'll keep an eye on it because I know it's gonna be back. Look, I mean, I'm all for injuries. It's a balancing act in a CFM because too many guys disengage, right? My team suck. Like, only the elite, not the elite players, but like the elite engaged guys, like the Nates of the world, probably the best example, would like find that to be a challenge. Like, all right, I want to move players around. I'm going to try some things. I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to put a competitive team on the league, even with injuries. But in the real NFL, right, injuries can derail teams and franchises for a season. And so I would like to see more injuries, but such a balancing act, because if the bottom half of this league, if the Broncos, Raiders, Bills, I feel like I'm calling out teams, but like the bottom half of this league gets a bunch of injuries and disengages, it's the opposite of what we want. Oh, okay, Troy. Well, if there's a league that actually goes longer than 2 weeks, I would buy the game. But I'm never going to spend $70 on a game that guys tried for less than a month. And I think the commissioner of the baseball league is completely disengaged right now. It's crazy, Maniac. I remember you saying that it wouldn't let you in. All right. We're going to go 8 more minutes and call this a game. What other engagement? What other things would you like to see them create? We've talked about drafts. We talked about free agent blind bidding. I think would be awesome. I think adding in every player is different, right? I guess come up with 15 of them, whatever. Maybe 15's too many. Maybe it's 10. And then randomly give them to players. Like, players get a top 3. And it's just random of the 10. You can have any of the 3 as your top 3. And they're like, play close to home, or be a starter, or play with a veteran quarterback, be in the playoffs, biggest contract, whatever, right? Like, you can come up with 10 of those. We could come up with 10 of those. All right, so a list of 10, and each player in free agency gets random 3 in order of their 3 highest to lowest. Blind bid system. So when I log in, I see what that player, their top 3 needs are that they want, and then I can decide which one of those fit me and make my bid and move on. I would like to see career-ending injuries come back. I just don't think the NFL is going to allow that stuff. It's the same reason we don't see ambulances anymore, and Like there's a reason, right? We don't see a lot of that stuff because the NFL just kind of cut down on it. What's that mean? 4 of us are Oh, I understand what you mean. You mean on that Discord chat, there's only 4 people playing. Yeah, I didn't buy it. The game was maybe I was wrong, but it felt like it was really expensive this year, and I was like, nah. Last 2 seasons I bought it, and I just play Road to the Show from time to time. Ambulances. Let's talk about Discord in our last 5 minutes. So we broke the news on our news channel that Discord and PlayStation have figured out a this is true, Dakota. A partnership. I think if they do that right, that could be fun. That could open up a lot of awesome possibilities from the PlayStation side, whether it's commentary for games or drafts or things like that. Whether it's like even live commentary from yourself, right? Like while you're playing through Discord, it could be a lot of really cool things. Totally, Trey. I think that could be something there. I think it's neat. Doesn't really create a ton of engagement. Again, I'm always, again, not saying this is my perspective, not saying it's right. I'm looking for things that engage my owners. And so a blind free agent bidding system with a tiered system of desires, a revamped rookie scouting where there can be sleepers and busts, and you can, like right now, I feel like come the second round, you can't hide anybody. You better go draft who you want. I would love to see you spot a player in round 4 and you're like, I don't think anybody else knows about him. I'm gonna wait till round 6, and then somebody grabs him in round 5. Like, I would love to see that type of stuff happen. We just don't see a lot of that. Exporting your rosters, do away with abilities. This is probably not going to happen, but a man can dream. I would love to see free agents, like in-season free agents, tell you no. Not interested in signing with your team. You don't win enough. You're not in a great place. Whatever. I won't sign. All right. I think that would be neat to have. I think, again, Maniac's idea about uploading highlights to a central place would be awesome. I'd love to see the podcast come back. I heard, again, I don't play MLB, but Trey, tell me if I'm right or wrong. There's like a podcast. So instead of your agent calling you or whatever, there's like a podcast that talks about your player. Like, we used to have that. We used to have the Bruno show, whatever it was called. And you could listen to a podcast, and I would find it wasn't awesome stuff, but you would find yourself spending an extra 10 minutes in your CFM to listen to it. I don't know. I think it would make some guys quit. Make me quit. At 2-8, if Kamara quit and retired, I would be like, sorry, y'all. There's no more OMFL. No, I agree with you, Pepper. And I'd like to see draft players and NFL rookies. That balance is always out of balance, right? Like the top tier players in the Madden draft are always rated way higher than what NFL rookies coming into the start of Madden are, and I'd like to see that equal more. There's a lot of cool potential there, man. A lot of cool potential. All right, 2 more minutes. We're going to call it a day. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. It's been an hour and 50 minutes. Do me a favor. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a ton. But also just reach down there, hit the like button. That helps us a ton. All of this chat helps out a lot. And then leaving some comments. If you come back and watch this later in the week, leave us some comments. Tell us your thoughts. Here is what the question is going to be that I want you to answer in the comments. If you're watching this after it comes out live, what is the feature that you want to see them add to Madden 22 from a CFM perspective? So engagement in a CFM perspective. What's up, Raj? It's a tough game, bro. I gave Trey a hard time. He doesn't know how to let off that gas pedal sometimes. I also just want to see ratings matter. Get rid of abilities. Don't bring back roles. Don't get rid of all of the gimmicky crap. Make stuff matter. Make it matter. If I have an 85 speed guy and an 80 guy, make that actually be a difference in a game. If I got a receiver with 95 catch and a guy with 83 catch, make a difference. Let me see missed drop pass. Let me see something. Roasted. I slightly toasted you on each side. Roasted's a little much. You got slightly toasted. Wouldn't even call you caramelized. You wouldn't even turn black on either side. You didn't, Raj. Raj, I hope you stay here forever. I know you run the NBC or whatever, but you're such a good dude. When do you plan on trying to come on back? If you buy the game? I know that's up in the air too. Even though I was real salty last time he was here. Because I think you openly said, I'm here just to see what I can learn to take to WFL. It's that's freaking... Come on, fam. Wait, what do you mean? We're over time, but what do you mean? What are you talking about? No ratings? Badges and grades for attributes? Badges is the thing I don't understand. No one explained that to me. I don't know what badges are, so somebody would have to explain that to me because I don't play 2K. Again, just a game that I can't find a league to play in, so I don't play a lot of offline stuff. What does that mean, though? What's a badge? I mean, I'd love to see it, too. It would make trading interesting, to say the least. We'd have to come up with something. Oh. So as a team, do you know what their ratings are? And just no one else does? Well, maybe. He is bronze. Roger, we talked about that a little bit. I think even the new games, I think everything that comes out is going to be badges. Badges, listen to me, we're talking about badges, are going to be animation based. I don't know why that is. I'm not a game developer. I'm not that entrenched in it. There's got to be a reason behind the technology and how they create these games, of why it's not physics based and it's animation based. I don't know that we're ever going to get away from it. I got you, Win. It would be even neat, maybe not, but it would be neat if you knew their ratings. Like you and your CFM and your depth chart, you could see their ratings, but no one else could. And even as free agents, you couldn't see them. Like the only time you see real ratings is when they're on your team. That would be neat. And like everybody else sees the badge system or whatever. And then we'd have to trade a new trade console for badges or whatever. That would be neat, man. Now watch. Night, Trey. Yeah, I think we will get crossplay. I don't know why we wouldn't. PUBG has crossplay. Battlefield 5 has crossplay. Everything has crossplay. I don't understand why you wouldn't do it. That's cool. I never played the old 2K games. So back then I was PC Madden. I didn't even. Maybe I did have a console, but I didn't play it much because it was full PC Madden. That's it. That's all I played. And that's back in the day when we just played one game a week. Could you imagine if we tried to do that? One game a week? Anyway. But I've seen videos of it, and it's pretty awesome looking stuff, man. Like just the I don't know if they were not animation based, but whatever base they were worked. But I mean, if you look at all the games, even the 2K games now, whether it's wrestling, whether it's NBA 2K, they're all animation based. I think we just fixed Madden 22. Now, if we could just get this in the right hands of the people at Madden, all right? So we're gonna add expert. What is wrong with me? My gosh. Export rosters, crossplay, new scouting system, no more attributes, just badges, grades, whatever. I don't care which way they go. No abilities, no roles. We're going comp mode. What else did we add? Oh, you can upload highlights to a central place, bringing back a podcast that you can listen that's updated every week about what's going on in your league. I think we just fixed it. No, you're right, Pepper. But we also live in a different world than we did in 2001, and I think people need to be engaged. It's not slower better. It's definitely faster the better. So it's what it is. I think those are all good, solid ideas. And then Discord integration. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. You see? Even Raj would be like, you're killing me. I remember Raj, they said that my board was like, let's go 2 games a week. And I threatened to quit on them. I was like, if you guys force me to play 2 games a week, my wife will divorce me. We have to be one. I was such a little anus about it. You live and learn. Now we play basically 3 times a week. I think these are all good ideas. I'm going to make a tweet tonight about it before bed. I'm going to tell EA we have fixed Madden 22. Do these things for CFM. I just don't care about coaches. I don't care about combines. I don't care any of that stuff, man. I just could not care less. Doesn't create engagement. Oh, and hire, who's that guy on Twitter that does the mock-up UI things for Madden? Man, what's his name? You guys help me out with his name. He does a super awesome. But I'm okay with rehashes, Roger, because at some point, what new are you going to create? Deuce Douglas, yes. Hire him. Hire Deuce Douglas first. And after that, we'll figure out the rest. Why? Oh, you sent a message in all caps when cannot all caps. The bot does not like all caps. He deletes all caps. But anyway, Raj, I'm fine with rehash, but give me rehash that engages my coaches. And we also have to understand that every generation of console, they used to have to rebuild the game, and they kind of scrapped that when they went to 4 and had to start on a whole new engine. And so I get it. There was like some technical stuff. I completely agree. I don't know. Who am I? What do I know? But like putting myself in what I think the mindset would be for somebody that works there. How could you not look at his stuff and go, somebody needs to hire him as a consultant. We need to give this man a job. I don't understand. Usually the rehash sucks though. You're right. All right, guys. What do we go? We go in an hour and a half? We did. 123 and counting. No more ideas? I think we fixed Madden 22. I appreciate Trey letting us stream his game. I struggle with that sentence, win. I think it's easy. I think I'm going to use a word that I don't love here. This isn't at you, so please. Out of all the years that you and I bumped heads and then loved each other and all the other stuff that we've done as family and trying to work together over the years, this is not at you. And I don't love this word, but I think it fits. I think it's a lazy take. No one wakes up and wants to suck at their job. No one wakes up and wants criticism. No one wakes up and goes, I don't care about my job. Just don't believe it. Now, we could argue where that sense of that phrase comes from. Maybe the higher ups only care about the bottom line. But when I see these guys on Twitter, when I see these guys doing interviews that are actually in there making the game, they care, bro. You see their passion for the game. They want to make their people happy that are buying their consumers. That could be fair, right? EA suits maybe care about money only or the bottom line. That's a different conversation, but I think the devs care, right? The people creating the game, they care, and they're trying to create the best game possible. And I don't know how it works there. I don't work there, but like, I doubt anybody's purposely trying to sabotage the game. They just probably have different ideas about what success is. Yeah. But I think we did it. We fixed it. I'm going to make a tweet. You guys look at it. Rehash. What the hell am I talking about? I got to go to bed, y'all. Retweet it and help me make sure that I didn't skip anything. I didn't leave anything out. So I think we fixed Madden 22. We did all the hard work for them. Now they just got to go copy and paste and make it happen. You're such a troll. You're such a troll, Russ. Maniac did have a great idea, though. I will give it to him. Maniac had a great idea. All right, guys. I love you. I hope you have a really blessed week. Find a way to do something for somebody this week. Really, go out of your way, man. Build a deep relationship this week. Maybe it's somebody in your home. Maybe it's your mate. Maybe it's your neighbor. Maybe it's a family member. Do something. Go out of your way to just do something for somebody. Just let them know what they mean to you. A phone call, a text, do something. Buy a stranger's coffee. Buy their meal. Go out of your way to do something nice this week. Make the world a better place. I believe in you guys, man. We got such a great group here, and look, we're gonna have some uncomfortable conversations when Madden is over with, but let's do it, man. Let's keep being who we are. It's what makes this place so special, and we'll keep having fun. So I am now. You are Win, and I appreciate it. All right, team. We'll see you later in this week. Denbrew, if you watch this, let's get that schedule figured out. We'll probably play tomorrow night. I have church here in my home tomorrow, but after that's over, we'll load up and play Denbrew. And if not, then maybe some Battlefield. We've been playing a lot of Battlefield. And if not, some PUBG. So come hang out with me in my streams. It's fun. Give me somebody to talk to. So, Raj, I'm actually just going to put up a league. Forget a test league. I'm just going to put up a league. Probably what I'm going to do is sim the first season. Let the CPU do the drafting. And invite anybody to come in. Grab it. We're not going to set schedule. We're going to make it as low-key as we can. Every 3 days we're advancing. If all games are in, guess what? We're still waiting for 3 days. Unless I see that everybody's set. Let's just keep it low key and let's go play some PlayStation 5. All right, guys, do something nice for someone this week. I love you. Have a good week. When I laughed at that photo that your mom posted, you should post that in chat. Make fun of me. Those pipes were out, man. I had them out. All right, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Much love. Oh yeah, bring back coach. Ross, that's a good idea. We might do coach mode. That might be fun. A coach mode league for the summer. I don't know. Now you give me something to think about. Okay, I got to get out of here. Peace and love, guys.